Hello, welcome to my first division build video. Here I will be showcasing different builds that I have crafted in the game, took some time and grinded for these very awesome builds. And this first one I'm going to show you is a 4-piece Alpha Bridge, 2-piece Nomad assault rifle, high DPS, high burst damage build. And as you can see, I'm rocking the very deadly LVOAC and the tactical ACR. Very high bullet damage with really great talents. I got responsive, sustained, ferocious, and with the extra Alpha Bridge bonus, I got competent, destructive, and adept. So very based on skills and very based on putting out as much damage as possible. Now, I wouldn't say this build is 100% fully optimized. I would probably put it at probably about 92-93% optimized, because there are some low rolls on my mask and knee pads, and I'll show you those here in a second. But basically, the main factor of this build is you do have to have 2 of the same weapon categories. So that way you can share each of the talents with each gun. And as you can see, my 3 main stats are decently high. Now, they're actually really kind of more of a blend of all 3, and I'll show you that here in just a few seconds here, a couple minutes here. Showing you my chest piece, which has probably one of the best rolls that you can find. And those numbers are with the gear mod, so you do have to account for those here. I mainly use firearms and stamina with these, because those are where you need the help the most in this kind of a build. So as you can see here, you look at that 1152. That's a really low roll, and unfortunately I just don't have a better one to replace it. But if you look at the major and minor attributes, those are where this mask piece will really get a shine. Going down to my knee pads next here. Come on, catch up with me. There you go. 1202, my knee pads. Everything else is in good spots. You got armor, you got enemy armor damage, and then all my other pieces are looking really good. I got the 2-piece Nomad because I feel that with the brittleness of the Alpha Bridge, you kind of need something to help keep yourself alive. And so that's the theory behind this here, is that you have the Alpha Bridge giving you the damage, and the Nomad ensuring that you stay alive as you kill things. Here, going to the character page and looking at the stability, not great stats for the critical hit damage and critical hit chance, because obviously you're going to see higher ones on like an SMG, but it's going to be mediocre stats for the weapon itself, for bonuses for the weapon itself. Now this is where you get the 3-piece Alpha Bridge bonus, is the 5% weapon damage, which is great. Damage to elites and enemy armor damage are almost maxed out. Can't get too much higher than that. Health on kills 21%, so that means every time I kill an enemy, I'm going to get almost a quarter of my life back. And so that's why I say affectionately call this build the vampire build. And here on the left hand side is where I was showing you earlier, that next to the gear score is it's kind of an evenly focused build between firearms, stamina, and electronics. Going down to armor, it's at 52.87, which is almost maxed out for the base armor. Found that you can only get up to about 54% on armor before you have to spec towards protection from elites, which unfortunately I do not have any. If I wanted to switch it up though, I could go 2-piece defense set to get that up to 15%, but I chose the health on kill instead. So that is my character page, and let's go ahead and test it out on Hudson Refugee. Now, I usually do Hudson Refugee because it has a lot of different enemy variant types within the first few parts of the mission. As you'll see here, coming up here, you have up-close enemies, you have mid-range enemies, and then you have long-range enemies with the snipers. This first run is kind of just to show you how brittle the character is, and how much it relies on that two-piece Nomad to keep myself alive, or skills, or basically the super recovery link. And that was like 1 second. It took me less than 1 second to take down the enemy. That's a high amount of damage, and so you'll see like, oh, that's really good. If I just stay back and kind of give them a little bit long range, then I'll just destroy these guys. Certainly it's not really my playstyle. I'm a little bit more of aggressive, as you can tell. So that kind of showcases how it took one shotgun blast up close range to kill my character. So that's an example of the drawback of this build. Very brittle. Can't take too much damage without running back and going for cover or using my damage booster shot. This is a little bit me being a little bit more cautious, giving myself some room to kill the enemy. So as you can see here, I'm taking down these enemies even at mid-range, and it's taking just roughly less than a little over a second to kill these enemies, because obviously they're running for cover. And look at my health. So it is going down, and as you can see, it's at 2 bars right now. So after me just killing one enemy, I'll be at full health. So imagine if that, I'm down to my last bar, I kill enemies, I can instantly get back up to full health just by killing 1 or 2, maybe probably 3 enemies, Mainly using the ACR, like I said, because it is a little bit more accurate. I can strafe with that. It didn't do as much damage as my ACR, but especially if I want to get the headshots in, that's what I usually go for. I'm going to show you this last part here, just to show you the kind of the damage against the pinkier enemies. And obviously I kind of cheat a little bit, because as we all know, to go for the pinks on these guys, just to whittle them down really fast. Boom, and that was the LVOAC just shooting right there. Again, I'll use the switch back to the ACR because of the accuracy. Well, not really accuracy. Accuracy is not really the best term I should be using here. It's more of the stability. The LVOAC tends to shoot very wildly, and so when I want a little bit more on-target hits, I switch over to the ACR, because I know that will, get the job done instantly. And as you see on the bottom, I go with, competent, because look how many buffs are on there once I use a skill. I had 4 buffs on that skill, or when using against that axe guy. And you'll see me get ammo here, because I want to show you, this is the problem with the Alpha Bridge set, is that, if you're running two of the same guns, you're double dipping into your ammo, basically. Here I'm going to show you what talents I run with this build. So that's critical save, strike back, on the move, and one is none. Because again, you need as much ammo as you can with this build, because you're shortly going to discover that you're going to be making a lot of runs to safe houses in the DZ. Yeah. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. and I hope everyone follows back for the next set of videos I have, which will be defense set bonus, striker set bonus, and firecrest set bonus. So I will see everyone in Manhattan, well, the virtual side at least.